Hey, this is your next door neighbor with part 4 of proof that the Bible is real and can tell the future. This is something that skeptics and atheists can't deny. If you didn't look at part 1, part 2, and part 3, you need to go back. My part 1 proved that the Bible defied probability calculations. Part 2 and 3 reviewed 2 chapters in Daniel that addressed events that happened up to 1,000 years later. And now we're at part 4. Stay tuned.
Listen to me now.
We're back. Thank you for sticking with me. So in the previous parts, I gave you prophecy codes, sources where you can get information that would help you in your study of Bible prophecies. We also talked about 4 metals, we talked about 4 kings, and we talked about 4 beasts. And the number 4 was significant. Then we mentioned 10. There were 10 toes. Then we talked about 10 horns and things like that. And they were significant. The number 10 was significant. What you're going to see with the prophecies is that with each dream or each prediction, as we progress further into the chapters, we're going to see that they're going to elaborate on a specific issue or a specific event so that you can get clarification, so that you have no deniability or no misunderstanding or no, there's no mistaking what event they're speaking of or who they're speaking of. So we're going to continue with Daniel 7. And we were up to Daniel 7 verse 8. And we're up to the part where there were horns involved. There were 10 horns. And remember, I told you the significance of the 10 horns meant 10 divisions. Okay, so let's continue from there. Let me put on my glasses. Here we go. All right. So we're reading, and it says, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like the eyes of a man, and the mouth speaking great things. Okay? We're going to unpack that. I want to read 9, but 9 just gets me all excited, but I'm going to read it to you. It says, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like pure wool, and his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. Okay? Now that's the best part. That's the exciting part. And we're not gonna deal with that yet, because the part that really is something that has to do with us right now, that affects us right now, is Daniel 8. Okay? So we're gonna continue with that, and we're gonna read a little further. The best part that we're going to skip for now is Daniel 7 verse 9 to 14. But now we're going to get to the interpretation that the Bible gives in regards to the horns and things like that. And so we're going from Daniel 7 verse 8 to Daniel 7 verse 15. And I read, and it says, I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them who stood by and asked him the truth of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. So now we're up to 17, and it says, the great beasts, which are 4 kings which shall arise from the earth. Okay? So we already knew that there were beasts, and we knew that because we had read that before. It says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, which is the best part. We don't want to get into that. But this is the part, 19. Here it goes. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which was diverse from all the others, exceeding dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured and broke in pieces, and stamped the residue with his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, and before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and the mouth that spoke very great things, whose look was more stout than the fellows. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them. Okay. And it says, it prevailed against them. So we go over to 23, and it says, thus he saith, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it to pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and shall be given into his hand until time and times and the dividing of times.
Listen to me now.